Hello everyone, this is Taryn with Wonderfully Made Handcrafting, and today we're working on day 15 of By the Well for God's Witness to the Wonder. Now I'm starting off with the cards today because I know I'm going to be doing some mixed media work, and once you add a bunch of mixed media stuff, it makes it really tricky to add holes and rounded corners. It just doesn't want to cut as nicely. So I do have this scripture card that I'm planning on using for the back side with that free library card pocket, but I end up scrapping it and doing something else. So just hold on for that. But I do have this card that I'm going to be using for some mixed media stuff. I am using some aged mahogany. This is just some of the ink smeared out on a non-stick mat. And then I'm also using forest moss. I was trying to keep the same colors as the scripture card that I had. But like I said, I ended up scrapping that. But I still like the colors that I used. This is some frayed burlap Distress spray stain, and I'm just trying to cover it all up and make sure that I don't see much white anymore. So this is actually the reason why I wanted to do some mixed media today. I had forgotten that I had these mica stains simply because I put them in a different area than my normal spray stains. And so I kind of forgot I had them. And honestly, the first time I used them, I honestly wasn't too impressed with them. I don't know. Maybe it was just how I was using them, but I didn't get the look that I was hoping for. And I think it was the paper. I had used watercolor paper before, and on this mixed media paper, I love them. I am so glad I picked them up. They are beautiful. I cannot believe that I wasn't impressed with them before. So yes, they were a great purchase for me. And I just love the look that they give, and it's festive and fun. And you don't have to add anything to them. So here I am laying out all the colors that I used to create this card. And then I'm going to be adding a little cluster to it as well. But before I start on that, I do take out this picket fence spray stain, and I am just splattering it all over the card. I want to break up the color just a little bit, and it kind of melds into the color that's in the background anyhow, so it's pretty fun. It does take a while to dry though, especially in splotches and blobs like this. And here I go. I think it's dry, and I smear that little white spot. But don't worry, I just rub and it basically comes off. And then I am going through again with this Distress ink in all the lighter places. I don't want any of that white peeking through. And I'm also adding it to all the edges of this card. So in day 15, we're talking about Caesar Augustus and how God is in complete control over all kings and governments of our world and how he uses them. And we're talking about Proverbs 21:1, which says, "The king's heart is a stream of water in the hand of the Lord. He turns it wherever he will." Judy writes, "God sovereignly uses the just and the unjust to accomplish his will." So I've added that verse to this label that I'm going to make the center of my cluster. And then I'm also using that Dymo label maker again to write out Proverbs 21. Now I do have to say, I think the only thing that's really missing from this Dymo label maker is a colon. I really wish it had it so I could write the complete Bible verse reference, but we'll be okay without it. You can also probably tell that I've been loving this music note paper from Anne Marie. She had sent me some from a library that was getting rid of some books, and I was so excited to get it. And I really have enjoyed using it because there's no words on it, so it doesn't really take away from any of your clusters. I mean, I love using hymn book paper too, so don't get me wrong there. But this has just been a fun new piece of paper and layering element to use. I also have a little bit of that velvet trim from Hobby Lobby that I'm using. And then I will place that Dymo label underneath the verse. And now the front side is officially done. But once I put those side by side, they look really off. Like they don't look like they belong together. And so here's where I make some big choices. Now, honestly, they don't have to look nice together because they're not shown at the same time. So it doesn't really matter. but that's just one of those things that kind of bugs me. So I want them to have the same kind of feel or theme to them. And I still don't get this completely right, but I think this tree paper matches a lot better than what I had before. So I am taking that pocket that I had on that scripture card, and I'm just tracing it out and making my own pocket from this tree paper. So now instead of one side being mixed media and the other side being like really pretty florals and everything, now you're going from mixed media to abstract trees, which is okay with me. So here I am using my bone folder. I am so happy. One of my lovely followers sent me a bone folder so I don't have to use the cover to my Tim Holtz scissors anymore. And so that was so sweet of them. But I'll be adding brown to all the edges of this pocket that I've made. And then I'm also going around the Kraft paper as well. This is that Kraft Heavystock paper from Tim Holtz. I will be having to order another set of this because it is some good stuff, and I've been using it a lot for this memory decks card project. And so I definitely want to get some more to play with later. To finish this memory decks card up, I'm just adding some Barely Arts precision glue to my handmade pocket, adding that to the back side of this card, and then I can slip in my verse that I typed up on my typewriter, and then I am going to glue these back to back. And as you can see here, I always keep my scrap pieces of paper that I mess up on. So that always can come in handy, especially when you're paying a premium price for some nice paper. I decided to add my day 15 with these tile alphas. I did decide to use this brownish orange color because I used that same color in the label on the front cluster. And then after that, I will also add a little bit of trim as a pull tab to this library card. After that, this card will be done. If you've enjoyed this process video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also click that bell notification button to be notified on any new videos that I post. I will link everything I use down below, and if you haven't seen day 14's process video, I'll link that next. I hope you have a wonderful day and Merry Christmas.